Hi guys, it's the billionaire here, Blissbilliondollar. I am your Forex mentor and coach, and I'm going to take you through the whole journey of Forex trading. Remember, in the previous video, we introduced what Forex trading is. So just like any other thing, when you visit a certain country, you need to learn a few things. Let's say the language they use and all that. It is always important so that you are able to communicate with the locals effectively. If you don't communicate with the locals, or rather, bad communication is very bad, right? Yeah, it's bad communication, right? Yeah, for you to do things effectively, you need to understand the language that is used in whatever country you have gone to, so that you won't have to have challenges doing things, certain things and all that, right? So now we're going to learn the language that we use in Forex trading, part of the language that we're going to use in Forex trading. Then other things will be coming as we proceed with the lessons. So without wasting much of the time, let's go just into it. So in Forex, we have what we call a trending, something that is trending. This is not Twitter, this is not TikTok, if something is trending and all that. No. Forex, it actually means something different. So in Forex, if we say a market is trending, we simply mean a market that has a direction. So by having a direction, it simply means it's either the market is going down or upwards, right? It's either going down or upwards, right? Now you might ask, what if it's going sideways? In Forex, we say the market has not yet decided on where it wants to go. It's simply ranging, right? So before I start introducing other terms, first let's stick to trending, right? So now when it comes to trending markets, two things can happen. It's either the market is going up or down. So if the market is going up, we call it the bullish market. So the bullish market is simply a market that is going upwards. Then another name for a bullish market is simply an uptrend. So a market that is going down is called the bearish market. And another name for a bearish market is simply what? A downtrend. So now there are two things involved. So remember, when we first introduced Forex, we said we buy and sell currency pairs. So now, if you buy a particular currency, it means you have gone long. So to go long is simply means to buy a particular currency. Let's say if you buy Euro USD, it means you have gone long on Euro USD. Now, if you sell Euro USD, it means you have gone short on Euro USD. So to go short simply means to sell, and to go long simply means to buy, right? Yeah, let's continue. So now you will find that in the Forex market, people would say it's a battle between the bulls and the bears. Well, if somebody calls you a bull, you're probably gonna be offended. If somebody calls you a bear, because you're a human being, you're not a bull, you're not a bear, right? But in the Forex market, it actually means something that is very different. So a bull in the Forex market is simply a person that is buying a particular pair. So remember, in Forex, we buy and sell currency pairs. So if you buy a currency pair, it simply means you are a bull at that particular time, right? So now, if you sell a particular pair, it simply means you are a bear, right? Right? So, if somebody tells you, oh, the bulls are in charge, the bears are in charge, don't think of the cows or the bears, think of, traders. So bulls are the people that are going long. Remember the term that we used to say, to go long is simply to buy. So if you go long on a particular pair, you are a bull. If you go short on a particular pair, you're a bear, right? Hawkish, this is not even something that is important. It's not going to pay the bills, but this is a term that is used to when you're referring to the central bank governor or a personnel of a country. When the governor is hawkish, he or she tends to be liberal on interest rate and is willing to increase it. So this is good news for investors. Dovish, this is the opposite of hawkish, and it's not even important. Then there are acronyms like NFP. NFP simply means non-farm payroll. This is this is one of the most volatile news, and people are always excited. It happens like every first Friday of the month. We have the non-farm payroll, right? It's a very important event, like in the US, for some of you that are in the US. Then we'll talk more about the non-farm payroll later on. So we're just introducing the terms. In case you hear somebody saying NFP, it's just an acronym for non-farm payroll, and it's just a major event where the news is released, concerning jobs and all that in the US. Probably maybe how the economy is doing. Yeah. So now, remember I said in the Forex market, the first time we had was a trending market. And we said a trending market is something, excuse me, is something that has got direction. It's a market that has got direction. Now, what if the market is just moving sideways? If it's moving sideways, then it does not have direction. And that kind of market is called a ranging market. So a market is said to be ranging if it does not have any particular direction. So it's neither moving upwards nor downwards. It's just moving sideways. Let's say like this. Let me just show you like this. I want to show you if the market is moving like this. This is a ranging market, right? Yeah. So that's about a ranging market if it's moving sideways like that. Yeah? Yeah. So let's continue. Yeah. So how about, there are two important terms that I would love to introduce, and this is support and resistance. So support, this is a price level where buying is strong enough to interrupt or reverse a downtrend. Then a resistance, this is the price level where selling is strong enough to interrupt or reverse an uptrend. So let's look at an illustration. So we have the market moving like that, You see, more like water waves, right? So now that top part is called the resistance. So it's simply a level where if the market reaches at that level, it reverses. Then where it's going to reverse from here at the bottom is what we call the support. So it reverses and goes to upwards, downwards, upwards, downwards, upwards. Let's look at this maybe like water waves. So we have the top part and the down part. The down part is support and the top part is resistance. So support, this is where the market changes direction from a downtrend to an uptrend. Resistance is the position in the market where the market changes from upwards to the downside, right? So we can relate support and resistance to water waves, just like I mentioned. Water waves has the highest point, which is called the peak, and the lowest point, which is called the trough. So in this case, the highest point of the trend is called the resistance, while the lowest part of the trend is called the support, as shown in the picture above. This is resistance and this is support. Resistance, support, resistance, support, resistance, support, just like that. So this is, when it comes to a ranging market, this top part where the market is reversing to start going down is called the resistance, and this point where the market is reversing to start going up is called the support. Sorry guys, I have a hiccup. So we have other terms like bid and asking price. So to explain these two terms, we need to check out our trading platforms, which is the MT5 or MT4, depending on what you're going to be trading. But if you haven't yet opened an account, don't worry. You still create one, right? Yeah. So let's look at it from this perspective. Yeah. So what is bid and asking price? So if you check your MT5 or MT4, you're going to see when you open it, there are numbers that are constantly changing. They are actually maybe red, blue, red and blue and all that, right? Those numbers are what we call the bid and asking price. So how do you know this one is the bid and asking price? So these are the numbers that I was speaking about. If you open your platform, it should look like this. It will have currency pairs like this. Some things, you know, be written like that. But these are the numbers I'm talking about. Blue, red, you know, all these, yeah. So how do you know which one is the bid and which one is the asking price? So in order to, you know, simple definitions, a bid price, this is simply the price you sell an asset at. And asking price is the price where you buy an asset. So when I say I want to go long on the Euro USD, it means I will be entering the market with the asking price, because this is the price you use to enter. This means I'll buy that particular asset at the asking price. So they'll tell you our asking price is this much. So they're asking you the price you need to buy a particular thing. The opposite is true for the bid price. If I decide to go short on a pair or an asset, I'll be entering the market at the bid price. So how do you know which one is the bid and which one is the asking price? It's very simple, guys. I developed this technique that is very unique and easy. So the bid price is always larger than the asking price. So let us look at this. Which number is bigger? The ones that are in blue. This or this? Obviously, this is bigger. So this is the bid price and this is the asking price, right? Very easy. So the bigger number is the bid price and the asking number is the small price. So yeah, I was just explaining that. So what is spread? So allow me to introduce you to another term which is called the spread. So we've talked about bid and asking price and all that. Now, if at all you take the bid price, we said bid is actually larger than the asking price. So if you take the bid price and you subtract the asking price, what you are going to get is what we call the spread. So the spread is simply the difference between an asking price. For example, when you subtract the bid from the asking price, what you get is the spread for that particular asset. So guys, that was it, and those are some of the terminologies that we're going to be using as we start our Forex journey. We're going to learn about other terminologies as we go on, but for now these are the ones that we have. So I'll see you in the next segment where I will take another step to learn about other things. I remain your FX coach, Bliss $1 billion.